It's so funny, man. In so many senses, the atheists are right. God could end all the problems in the world because he's almighty, but it's his will that it not happen. The source of it, you could say, it is sin. Okay, fine. And then that poses a couple of problems. That poses theological problems. Oh, man has free will. Well, okay, if man had free will to sin, that does not discredit the fact that man does not have free will in salvation, because the Bible doesn't teach that. So why would God give man free will to damn himself, but not the free will to save himself? Because free will and salvation does not exist according to Scripture. Predestination, calling, election, Romans chapter 9, even the hardening of Pharaoh's heart. There's no getting around God's sovereignty and salvation. And apparently, in hardening of the heart, the opposite of salvation. Because Pharaoh did not let the people go in order that God's name might be proclaimed throughout all the earth, meaning God is the one that hardened Pharaoh's heart. And that's also mentioned in Romans chapter number 9. So you still have to get to the fact that God's sovereignty exists even over sin, the hardening of people. But the atheists are right when they say, well, if God is all loving, why is there so much suffering? And then Christians, they squirm, well, we can't answer that question. Well, the answer is that God is also a God of wrath. That's the answer to almost all of the questions atheists have. Now, they could say, well, why is God a God of wrath? Why isn't he a God of all love? Well, I don't know. I mean, God has a nature. Everything has a nature. That's just God's nature. What do you want me to tell you? Part of God's nature is anger. It's who he is, that is revealed in Scripture. There's nothing I can do about it. That is just our Creator. He's partly angry. And you could say, well, when is he not angry? When is he angry? Okay, you can go down that road if you want to. It's not necessarily splitting hairs. That's just not the point of this video. But the point of this video is that the atheists are right when they conclude, wow, God allows a lot of bad things to happen. Why does God allow pedophilia to happen? Why does God allow disease? The atheists raise good points. And the Christians are so afraid of, angering God, I guess, that they don't address them. But those are good questions. And the answer, as far as I can tell, is that God has an angry side as revealed in Scripture.